It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your sixth graders soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather. Sunny skies for your Wednesday, a high of 85. Mostly clear tonight, a low of 58. Thursday, partly cloudy, a high in the mid-80s, a low of 62.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
the perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
The free iHeartRadio app, giving you direct access to leave a message for Santa.
Hello, Santa. Hello, Santa. Hello, Santa Claus.
While you listen to North Pole Radio on the app, press the red talkback mic to record a message to Santa. It can be a question, song request, or to even just remind him why you should be on the nice list.
The nice list, right?
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
Just open up the free iHeartRadio app and search North Pole Radio and make it a preset now.
Love you, Santa.
AM 1300 The Zone. Sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken.
Wow.
You can see him on The Herd, weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1 in the Fox Sports app.
Two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio. LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, Jonas Knox with you here. Coming up top of next hour, we are going to have the old P. Petros Papadakis in for his usual Wednesday appearance on the show. That'll be yours here on FSR. A reminder, we're brought to you by Makita Tools at the Home Depot, because Makita Tools at the Home Depot are built with precision, without shortcuts, designed for the toughest jobs. It's the choice for pros when the job calls for the best. Call on Makita, built to be the best, available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
There are some good things that happen, and there's some bad. And then there's some downright ugly things. It's time for Good, Bad, and Ugly.
All right, Ryan Bershinger, who's got what?
Brady, you're going to kick us off with the good. LeVar, you got the bad. Jonas, you got the ugly. Sweet.
Let's go, Bursch. What up, dog? All right. It's still football season. I don't want anyone to twist what I'm saying right now. It's still football season. The rankings came out. Love where Notre Dame's ranked. I'm not going to talk about that, though. I'm going to talk about the Cats. C-A-T-S, Cats. Meow.
Oh,
Big
wow.
win last night, although they didn't cover. But still, top 10 team to start the season. My boy Chandler looks like he's got a little extra something in the tank for us.
Some hops, boy.
Yeah, he does. What up,
top.
Jonas?
Yeah,
up top, Jonas.
Yeah.
Top go that thing.
You can't be posterizing cats like that.
White people are back, man.
How you going to dunk on a black man like that?
Racist.
Damn.
You can't do that.
Your word's not mine, but that is the good.
Not on the basketball court.
The Cats.
You can't do
the
that.
Cats are back. They're back, baby. Let's go.
You're going to posterize someone like that. What is this?
LeVar, you got the bad.
Us getting posterized, but no, joking. You know what my bad for the week is? I brought it up to Blandino. It's chip blocking. Get rid of chip blocking. It's bad. I don't like it. Doesn't need to happen. Needs to go.
Jonas, you got the ugly. It's the Bengals defense. It's brutal. It doesn't appear like it's going to get better anytime soon. And their answer to all of that is trading away a linebacker who I believe led the team in tackles the last couple of years. So Cincinnati, you've got a 40-plus-year-old quarterback still slinging it, but defensively you can't stop anybody. And you're going to waste a great season by Joe Flacco. Unfortunate all the way around.
We are Fox Sports!
Hey, it's Brady Quinn. Look, falling asleep is the easy part. It's staying asleep. That's the challenge, especially when my kids sneak into bed. Mattress Firm knows real rest comes from uninterrupted quality sleep. Their sleep experts can match you with the right Tempur-Pedic mattress featuring Tempur material that absorbs motion so you sleep soundly. Upgrade today and get next day delivery. Shop Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale and save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Restrictions apply. Next day delivery on select mattresses. See store for more details.
On the job, every minute counts. That's why Lowe's now has ProBlock Quick Dry Primer, expertly manufactured by Sherwin-Williams. Engineered for pros to dry fast and go on smooth for virtually flawless results that keep your job moving. It's available in oil and water-based, and getting it is easy. Order online by 2 p.m. and get free same-day delivery right to your job site. Lowe's, we help, you save. Orders placed after 2 p.m. will be delivered next day. Valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. More terms apply.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
A couple of overnight road construction spots still active out there on I-35 southbound between Stassi Lane and William Cannon Drive. 2 left lanes are blocked off, but should be back open by 6 a.m. Looking onto Mopac northbound, construction work blocks off the express lane between Far West and Palmer, and the express lane should be back open by 5:30. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Hear that? It's Lowe's early Black Friday deals calling your name. Get up to 35% off select major appliances going on now. Shop early and save big at Lowe's. Valid through 11/4. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last, see Lowe's.com for more details.
Hosting game day but fumbling the shopping list? Good news. Specs has the perfect play. Ice cold beer in the backfield, bold bourbon out wide, and savory snacks going deep. No need for a Hail Mary. Bex has you covered with a legendary selection and prices so low, your wallet will do the end zone dance. So before kickoff, be the MVP. At Specs, the fun starts here.
The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks. Crafted with our signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. The PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
NBC News focuses on the facts, looking deeper and listening wider. It's clear reporting, free from opinion. Facts, clarity, calm. NBC News. Reporting for America.
Wishing the holidays could come early? If you own or manage your business, they can. With help from iHeartRadio. People are already shopping for their loved ones and hunting for deals wherever they can find them, including right here. They're listening to the radio. They're listening to podcasts. They could be listening to you. Don't wait for everyone else to kick off the holidays. Get your best season of the year up and running today. Call 844-844-iHeart or visit iHeartAdvertising.com.
Would you drive 10 minutes for $500? That's the distance from CarMax to Henna Chevrolet. And Henna guarantees you $500 more than any CarMax offer for your vehicle. Just show Henna your written CarMax appraisal offer within 7 days, and you'll get $500,000 more guaranteed. Is your time worth $50 a minute? It is at Henna. Come get your money at Henna.com.
Henna Chevrolet will always stand by you.
Together, let's drive.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. A staggering 8 million tons of plastic ends up in the world's oceans every year. If current trends continue, our oceans could contain more plastic than fish by 2050. Do your part. Purchase items made from renewable or recycled content and recycle whenever possible. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horde, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the Morning Kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Hordes, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, El Paso, San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas, or wherever you may be listening. This is a Game Plan Wednesday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. Texas get into the initial college football rankings. Cowboys make moves, but is it too late? Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman joins us at 7:34 to talk all things Longhorn. Sean Miller time kicked off at the University of Texas last night, and we have big games of the weekend. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and is recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we have our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to leave a voicemail and voice your opinion, all you got to do is use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. Touch that red microphone, leave the message. If it's good enough, you might even hear it on air. Well, the college football rankings came out last night, and that was the talk. Yes, we will get into the trades. That'll be in the next segment. And, of course, we will talk to Danny Davis about all things Texas, but Texas basketball took the court as well. But the college football rankings came out last night, and Texas is in the initial rankings. They come in at number 11, but they're one of the first teams out of the round of 12. So Texas is at 11. And the reason why you're like, wait, what? They're out. Yeah, they're out because you have automatic qualifiers that can get in there, conference champions, group of 5 teams that can get into the college football playoffs. So as this is being broken down, people are like, well, there's still a lot of football left to be played. That is 1,000% true because there are teams that are going to get popped. There are teams that are going to lose. Like this weekend, you have number 8 versus number 9 in Texas Tech versus BYU. Big noon kickoff or college game day will be in Lubbock this weekend. So they'll cancel each other out in the Big 12. Then you have some other games that'll take place. I'm not sure if Indiana, I haven't looked at their schedule, but a lot of people are talking about Texas A&M should have been the number 1 team. If you look at their record and who they played and who they've beaten,
right,
they were saying that they should be there. But Ohio State, closest game has been against the University of Texas. Everybody else, they've been beating them. So those conversations
you can only
continue.
Play who's on your roster.
Exactly. So then you get a chance to see now how everything is going to play out. They're on the board. Let's just say that. And we've talked about it before. Their season is still in front of them. Everything is kind of sitting right in front of them. And so on Monday, before these rankings came out, Coach Sark was asked about Ryan Wingo and Jelani McDonald as they get ready to rest because Texas is on a bye week this week. Don't forget, next game is against Georgia. Georgia is still in the top 5 in the college football rankings. So Texas has an opportunity to work its way back up there, but they need Wingo and, of course, Jelani McDonald.
Ryan, it's what we thought. I mean, again, I'm going to limit him probably. I don't know how much he's really going to practice this week, quite frankly. I just want him to get as healthy as we can get him. We don't think he's going to miss time, but I don't think he'll be 100% either, right? And so how close to 100% can we get him? He's a receiver. His hands are important. Thumb is important. So we'll minimize him a ton. He'll probably do walkthroughs this week and then try to get him ready for the ball game next week, which we think he will be, which is a good sign. Jelani's in protocol. And just like last week, it's really out of my hands at that point. I'm glad we don't play Saturday. Little different protocol for a safety than it is for a quarterback, of getting cleared to play. And so the fact that we feel confident as long as he stays the course of where he's at this morning from where he was Saturday, all signs are good there.
And that is the most important part. He's right. It's different. Quarterback is getting hit every once in a while.
Yeah.
Safety is hitting the whole time.
Right. He's coming up and trying to lay the hat to people. And
exactly.
That can make for a bad day.
Another part of this conversation that we needed to get to is, remember, this is the second bye week for the University of Texas. That's what everybody was like. I was looking on social media. They were like, wait, we have another bye? Yes, there's another bye week in the second part of the season. And Coach Sark, the first one, they were doing self-scouting, self-evaluation. And so he was asked about this time, how do you approach this second bye as opposed to the first one?
We have got to dig deep into who we are right now. We've got to dig into the things that are causing us issues in all three phases right now. We got to look at how people are attacking us in all three phases right now. And we got to be forward thinkers, right? And what are people going to do when they look at our tape, and how are they going to try to attack us? And we got to make sure that we've got enough tools in our toolbox to combat that stuff. And so as much as it is, I want to get a head start on Georgia, we got to look at ourselves first, and we got to make sure that we're buttoned up in all three phases, as much as it is getting ready for our future opponents.
And Coach Sark, he understands that, because this team got better week to week improvement. We're starting to see that. We see guys growing. We see each offensive lineman getting better. We talked about the calls on the offensive line. Quarterback looking more confident, getting awards. He was a Manning Star of the Week. He was the Davey O'Brien's Elite Eight. And, of course, he was the SEC Offensive Player of the Week. Speaking of the SEC, we've seen a lot of coaches get fired. We've talked about it. Two of them, Brian Kelly and Hugh Freeze, all got let go. And Coach Sark was asked about the high-profile coach firings and what he thought about the buyouts.
That should surely mean yes, right? Because who wants to take a job without any, the fact that the amount of pressure that coaches are under, the amount of scrutiny they're under, the amount of 1 week you're a hero, the next week you're a zero mentality that fan bases and people want to have. Surely coaches want some security to what they sign up to go do. We work really hard, and I get it. We all want to win, and we're all busting our tails to try to win. And sometimes things don't go your way, especially in our conference. It's tough. And so the idea that coaches, don't want some security in the jobs that they take, that doesn't quite make sense to me. It should be like, man, somewhere in here, somebody has got to be willing to say, hey, let's see if this can work itself out. Not every year, not all 16 teams in the SEC are going to go to the playoff. It's just not reality. We're talking about trying to get 4 or 5 teams in this year. Last year, we got 3. We got 3 teams, and what do we have? 3 or 4 in the top 10 in the country right now. And so it's really difficult, and everybody's fighting for it. And I know we all want to go to the playoffs, but I just think it's really hard to think that a coach is going to bust his tail. And it's not just about the coach, it's the staff, it's the players. And I get it. This is a lucrative industry that we're part of, and the TV deals and the college football playoff, and there's a lot going into it. Well, sometimes you got to pay the guy that's the one leading the ship and driving the ship. And again, I would have said that if I was an assistant coach right now. It just is what it is. As you guys know, I'm a fan of college football. I watch what goes into every one of these games and the exposure and College Game Day and Big Noon Kick and all the things that go into it. Well, the coach is doing a lot of that work to get that done, and he's recruiting well, and we're trying to do all these things. And so, hey, that's the price you pay. If you hired a coach and you don't think that he's the right coach for you, that's part of it. You got to pay him. That's just the way it works, unfortunately. But that's the industry that we're in. And so if you're not willing to pay a coach of what his contract is, well, maybe you're probably not going to get one of the coaches you thought you might get. I always find it interesting. I'm going to go on a little bit of a soapbox here. Everybody wants to fire their coach. Who are you going to hire? There's all these jobs out there right now. Who's everybody going to hire? I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to somebody's got to be the head coach. Well, let's find out who they're going to hire now.
Well, I would expect him to take that stance, and he's exactly right. You know, and you these coaches that are getting hired obviously are out of work, and the ones that aren't, they have to do the buyout situation to bring them from another team. Is going to require a lot of money to do that, and where's that money going to come from? So, like, there's a lot of questions to be answered in that whole scenario of whether or not the coach is worth it. But if you don't have a coach that is proven and worth that, then very likely you're not a winning team. So you got to pay these guys.
Sark hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Who are you hiring after that? After you fire the guy,
somebody that's been fired.
Exactly, retrain, and you're not guaranteed to win. It's the playing field is not the same. Speaking of not being the same, coming up next, we're gonna talk about the Dallas Cowboys and the moves that they made. And is it too little, too late? Or are you already building for next year? We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Fall in Texas means one thing: Texas Longhorns football. And you won't miss a snap all season long right here on 1300 The Zone. Touchdown, Texas! Your home for the Horns. Hook 'em.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a stalled vehicle blocking off the center lane on the service road of I-35 southbound at Main Street. Looking at the main lanes of I-35 northbound, about a 15-minute add to your Wednesday morning commute due to some congestion from 45 over to William Cannon Drive. You're also slow on Mopac southbound from Howard Lane to Highway 183. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Fiji Airways, now a part of the One World Alliance and Advantage program. Warm up with Fiji Airways, on sale now. Return fares to Fiji start from $798. Enjoy Apex world-class award-winning service and seamless One World Alliance connections via Fiji to Australia, New Zealand, and more. Book today at FijiAirways.com. Conditions apply.
This Longhorn Minute brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. It was a fast and furious start in Austin, Texas, as the Texas Longhorns struck on the very first play of the game, with Arch Manning hitting Ryan Wingo for a 75-yard touchdown, electrifying the DKR Texas Memorial Stadium crowd against the Vanderbilt Commodores. Manning was locked in all night, 328 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and no turnovers. And that Texas defense came to play. 6 sacks and a stifling effort that held the Vanderbilt Commodores to just 58 yards rushing through 3 quarters. Texas led 34-10 before the Commodores made it interesting late, but the Horns got the onside kick to go out of bounds and held on to win 34-31. Texas moves to 7-2, 4-1 in SEC play, and of course staying firmly in the playoff conversation. Arch Manning continues growing, the defensive pass rush is improving, and the Texas Longhorns are finding ways to win. This Longhorn Minute brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Hardball Hardge here. Austin, you like bone-in? Get the Friday lunch special at the Yellow Rose. A voluptuous 16-ounce certified Angus bone-in ribeye at the Yellow Rose for just $20. A steak so good, you'll forget to look up. Fridays at the Yellow Rose ain't just lunch. It's a feast for VIPs. Comes with a side and the best view in Austin. Get a $20 steak ribeye Fridays from noon to 9 at the Yellow Rose Cabaret. And get your weekend football action with watch parties there, too.
Your Valpak Blue envelope of savings is arriving in the mailbox. Inside, you'll find coupons to dine, shop, and save local. This month, keep an eye out for special offers from A1 Garage Door, the name you can trust for repairs, service, and garage door replacements. And remember, savings don't stop at the mailbox. Visit Valpak.com anytime for instant access to local coupons and deals you'll love. Valpak and A1 Garage Door, opening doors to savings at home.
It's football season, and whether you're fueling up at halftime or feeding the whole team at home, Tumble 22 brings the heat. Kick off lunch with the crispy hot chicken sandwich stacked with pickles. And if you sneak a slice of peanut butter pie, we'll call that a win. Family dinner? We've got tenders the kids love, sides that score big, and family packs starting at just $25.99. Game plan for the weekend? Cold drinks, scratch-made sides, and hot chicken fried fresh every time. Tumble 22 Texas hot chicken done right. Good food, good people, game day flavor.
There are a lot of options when it comes to getting a brand new car in Austin, Texas, but your best option, your easiest option, the best service, the best everything is from Apple Leasing. Call them today at 512-346-9977. Apple Leasing's been in Austin for over 30 years. They have a ton of repeat business, so that should tell you a lot. Call them today. Trade in the car that you're driving right now. Get into a brand new under warranty car that you're not going to have to worry about any repair bills with. And oftentimes, that lease payment is a lot less than if you were to finance that exact same car. Combine that with getting any make or model that you want, and you can't go wrong with Apple Leasing. Call them today. Here's the number, 512-346-9977. Again, any make, any model you want, trade in the car you have. Call Apple Leasing today, 512-346-9977.
Smokey the Bear. Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
What you desire, don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. And remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Coach Sark here. 1300 The Zone is your flagship home for the Texas Longhorns.
Coming up in the next segment, we have our guy Danny Davis of the Austin American State. We're talking all things Texas Longhorns. We'll ask him what he thought about the Rockies, the Vanderbilt game, and of course, we got to talk Texas women's basketball. But right now, a lot went on in the NFL yesterday, and needless to say, one of the biggest stories that came out was the Dallas Cowboys making trades. Yes, we started the show talking to Tommy Yarish of DallasCowboys.com, and he was talking about the trade for Logan Wilson to the Dallas Cowboys with the Cincinnati Bengals. Then later in the day, we got the big news that the Cowboys were making a trade for a run stopper.
They made a huge one. No team, very famously, as Jerry Jones will tell us, no team values stopping the run and getting interior pressure than the Dallas Cowboys. They may have acquired the best in the NFL to do it. Quinnen Williams is now expected to get traded to the Dallas Cowboys. Look, this is a blockbuster trade. Second one, we talked about it, second one of the day. It is a first rounder and more. My understanding is it is the Cowboys first rounder, not the Packers first rounder. Remember, they have two. That really is what ended up. This is really what ended up getting this deal done. Jerry Jones promised us last night that he was going to make some trades. Had one, that was Logan Wilson. This second one, which the paperwork is getting filed, it's getting wrapped up right now. An absolute blockbuster. Quinnen Williams landing with the Dallas Cowboys. If you watched that Cowboys defense last night, you might have said, well, they're not one player away. They got two players, two really good players, especially one of the best in the NFL, Quinn Williams. Tom, this Jets organization knew they had issues. They had trade pieces. They have held off on making a deal until they got Godfather offers, and they get two of them, trading Quinnen and trading Sauce.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable movement.
But they were 1-7. And you have those two guys that are so top heavy on that team.
Yep.
And they need that money to spend on offense next year.
Well, not only that,
and
they got the
next year.
picks. The picks are the things that the Giants.
Did you see all the picks that they have over the next 2 years?
Yeah. That's why they made those moves. You have to be able to have those types of picks because that gives solace to what Aaron Glenn is going to be able to work with. Because now you're looking at this team. The person that I'm sad for is Garrett Wilson, because Garrett Wilson didn't get a chance to get moved. And now he's still sitting there dealing with the nonsense that is the New York Jets.
Him and Breece Hall, too.
And Breece Hall was another one that didn't get a chance to get out of there. They were talking about him possibly going to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
But that ended up falling
did
through.
not want to give them a second-round pick.
I don't know why not. I mean, I got to look at that contract and see exactly where he is. But the New York Jets look like the winner in this deal, along with, I would say, the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts now being able to make a move to go get Sauce Gardner. That's going to tell you that they're going all in. They're moving all in. And now looking at the Jets picks for next year, they have two first-round picks and 2 second-round picks for next year. For 2027, they have 3 first-round picks now. So they did what they needed to do to kind of go in there and try to fill those voids that they are missing, because quarterback play is going to be something that they're obviously going to be looking for. They're going to need to replace a defensive lineman and a cornerback. So they're going to be, and they can get young and they don't have to spend all that money. So I'm looking at it and saying, okay, let's see what they do next. But the other thing too, you're looking at the Cowboys and a conversation about the Cowboys. Is it too late for this move? You've been wanting Mozzie Smith to be traded. Well, he gone. So now you got that. The only person you got to worry about now is your guy, Trayvon Diggs, and
But they can cut him in January and free up that money.
Yeah. So now you look at this Cowboys team, and I'm still trying to figure out what was the moves that they wanted to make that is now going to make us believe, okay, we're in a good spot now.
Well, I think the number one thing is, and I told you this before the show, I never encourage tanking. I want you to play hard, work hard, try to win every day. In this case, that would be counterproductive for the Cowboys because they have their first round pick. Right now, if the draft was tomorrow, they'd have their 10th or 11th pick, which is, good. But no, they need a top 5. They don't need to win 5 games or 6 games and then end up picking 17th or 18th like they always do. Like, don't do but with this additions to this defense, which I'm going to talk about in my World's Strongest Take, this could be really good for the Cowboys. I mean, especially if Agent Zero is back and healthy and able to run downhill with no guards coming looking for him. Because you know who the guards are going to be worried about? Quinn Williams and Clark.
Yep.
You're going to have to double team somebody. One of the two. They both Pro Bowlers.
Well, he's one of the top. He gets the most double teams at one point. Since 2022, Quentin Williams is the most double-teamed player in the NFL. So, yeah, you're right. He's going to take up some space.
Yeah.
But we're not the only ones that are having a tough time with all of this. Jets fans are having a tough time, and some of them are the little guys.
It's okay, okay? What? The Jets traded Sauce today.
To where? To where?
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll get you a different one. He went to Indianapolis, and they also traded. They also traded Quinn Williams.
I thought you said you deal.
He did, but so did Sauce.
No, I don't like the Jets. That did Quincy leave?
No, Quincy's still there.
Hardge, that's how I feel every time the Cowboys lose. I've told you that I have had tears fall before over my team. And it's disappointing, man. Like that little kid, he's the poster child for everybody that's a fanatic. That's what a fan is, really a fanatic. That's the shortness of it.
Yeah.
That's the abbreviation of it. We're fanatical. And Jerry Jones made a lot of fans, a lot of fanatics happy yesterday for the first time in a long, long time.
You believe that?
I think there's a lot of Cowboy fans that are encouraged. And you know, like you want hope. You're selling hope before the season with fantasy. It's all hope. It's the hope business.
It's interesting that you say that because the Cowboys have been talking about all in for quite some time now. And I've been curious to what exactly does that mean. I'm still supporting them. I'm still wearing a clown suit. I'm a big fan of Dak Prescott, always will be. But I heard Colin Cowherd say something yesterday that was really, really true. And it is the fact that Dak has been keeping this team alive for so long that now you start to feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he's taking all the darts and people want to continue to hate. But if you go and look at Dak's career, he's actually pretty doggone good. And I didn't realize this until he said it the other day. He's been a quarterback for the Cowboys for 10 years. 10 years. And one of the longest tenured quarterbacks for the Dallas Cowboys in history. But you also have to understand that if that is the truth, why is it that they just now decide to play real football?
Because he's got 3 years left.
Jerry said he don't know if he got 3 years left.
Well, I tell you what, I hope he does.
I was about to say, man.
I hope he
I was
does.
Say, cut his mic.
Cut his mic. He's gonna say it. No, I hope he does.
That would have been the most ridiculous get him out of here ever.
But what I do hope is that he relinquishes the reins. Give it to a football guy.
Yeah.
Give it to a football guy, Jerry. You did good. I said it. Jerry, you did good.
Oh, man.
But.
Oh, here we go.
But. We're going to talk more about it in the World's Strongest Take. So if you're in your car, you're at work, get ready. 8:30. I need y'all to have your ear close to the radio.
Oh, there he is. That's called a tease, folks. Coming up next, we're going to talk to our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman, as he breaks down the Texas Longhorns, their rankings, and, of course, what he thought about Saturday's performance right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
There's reports of a crash going eastbound on the Highway 71 service road at Lamar Boulevard. Things are also moving pretty slow on Highway 71 westbound from 130 over to I-35 at a 5 to 6 minute delay. And it'll take an extra 20 minutes going northbound on 183 from 130 over to Highway 71. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Clogged drain or sewer lines? Call Abacus. Pipe, slab, or yard leaks? Call Abacus. Water leaks, toilet problems, any plumbing repairs? Abacus can do it all. Now, get the 49 mainline special. Only $49. Clean out access required. Abacus. You can count on us.
You know, Hardge, starting my day off the right way is a big deal, and that includes taking care of my heart health. That's why I use Super Beat Heart Chews by Human. Human was actually founded right here at the University of Texas. You've probably seen their logo on the field. I know, yeah, Human with 2 N's. These chews are clinically shown to promote healthy blood pressure, nearly 2 times more effective than diet and exercise alone. Thanks to their unique grapeseed extract, they taste great, they're easy to take, they become part of my daily routine. Super Beat Heart Chews are also the #1 cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. There's a special offer happening right now, and it even comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to human.com/mark and check it out. That's human.com/mark, spell human with 2 N's, and enter the promo code MARK and check out and get an extra 20% off your first order. Take a simple step to support your heart health with Super Beats Heart Chews.
This is The Kid with Audiovisual Consultations.
And I'm Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations.
And we wanted to prepare you for another incredible season of sports. Football is upon us.
And hockey season is upon us too.
And everyone here at ABC wants to make you feel like the real winner, even if your team doesn't make it to the playoffs.
Well, I know you're not talking about the Stars, so you must be talking about your Bruins. You're going down this year, kid. It's a numbers game. Just check the stats.
Well, why not check ours? ABC has been servicing homes and businesses with surveillance, sound, and visual setups for almost 40 years, and we've never come in second place.
That's right, kid.
If you want to ensure a win this season, call Audiovisual Consultations. We've got a roster of cool stuff, and we're ready to play.
Just give us a call at 512-255-8678. That's 512-255-8678.
Even if your team doesn't take home the cup this season, remember to hug your kids, laugh with strangers, and make love to whoever the hell you want. That's 512-255-8678.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
The Spurs tip it off against the Lakers tonight in LA. De'Aaron Fox will not play due to a hamstring injury. Cowboys acquired defensive tackle Quinnen Williams from the Jets for a 2027 first-round pick, 2026 second-rounder, and defensive tackle Mozzie Smith. Texas comes in at number 11 in the first college football playoff rankings. Ohio State, number 1. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
I'm Cal Penn, and on my new podcast, Here We Go Again, we'll take today's trends and headlines and ask, why does history keep repeating itself? Each week, I'm calling up my friends like Bill Nye, Lily Singh, and Pete Buttigieg to talk about everything from the space race to psychedelics.
You're a citizen of Earth, Cal.
My goal here is for you to listen and feel a little better about the future. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Here We Go Again with Cal Penn, and listen now.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. It is Wednesday. It is hump day. And that can only mean one thing. Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. And Danny, let's get right into it. Texas football has now found a way to get into the college football rankings. They come in at number 11. It's the initial, and I know you probably don't care, but we got to talk about it, Danny.
I want to first talk about your hat. I need to find out your hat guy. I know this is a lot of people are listening on the radio, but I need to know who your hat, because that is a fly look. But I mean, this isn't a pointless preseason poll. I mean, at this point in the season, it's the real starting to get pretty real, and this is the point of the season where we're starting to figure out who needs to do what to get in the playoffs. I mean, these rankings are pretty much all that matters now. I mean, you can toss out the AP and the coaches poll. This is really all that matters. So it's not as pointless as a August rant about the AP poll, but I think Texas was probably properly ranked. I don't know if you all thought they were too high or too low, but I think 11 with 2 losses. I mean, you can probably quibble. I don't think Notre Dame's better than Texas. And one of those Big 12 teams that's ahead of Texas, one of them is going to fall off. So I mean, you could probably maybe say Texas maybe is a little bit better than 11th, but the fact of the matter is, go 3-0, and the rankings aren't. You're in the playoffs. So, it is what it is. But I think it's good to kind of see where Texas, because if Texas came in at like 18th or something like that, I think people would be freaking out right now and worried about those playoff chances. So this was a good indication of where this team currently stands in the eye of the committee, the only people that actually matter.
Danny, I thought that Texas would have been above both of the Big 12 teams because of the strength of schedule and who they're playing. You didn't feel like that they deserved, even though those teams have less losses?
No, I mean, BYU is undefeated. BYU deserves to be ranked ahead of Texas. They could play 8 terrible teams. Texas still lost to Florida. So, I mean, maybe if Texas was a 1-loss Texas team that lost to Ohio State, you could make that argument, but I'm not going to quibble with an undefeated BYU team being ranked above a Texas team that lost to Florida. Texas Tech is a different story, but still that's 1 loss as opposed to 2. And the fact of the matter is, after this weekend, if Texas doesn't have to worry about this weekend, but after this weekend, one of those teams is going to lose to another. If Tech loses to BYU, Tech's going to drop well below Texas in these rankings. And if they both have 1 loss, you can maybe make an argument that Texas should be higher. So I'm not, the Big 12 is not the SEC, but Texas still has that loss to Florida, which is a damning loss when you lose to a team that fired its coach mid-season. If Texas had been ranked ahead of BYU, maybe they'd invite me onto a Provo station to talk about why that was a ripoff. So I wasn't surprised by that.
Then what was the scuttlebutt about the offensive line play and the consistency and the level of consistency that Hardge played with on Saturday?
I mean, they looked really good. Now we'll see if that's just they looked really good against Vanderbilt, or if moving Cole Hudson to left guard was the key all along, which maybe raises some other questions about why they hadn't figured that out earlier. But they not allowing a sack the entire game, they didn't have a turnover. I think that was the first time since the Michigan game last year. So I mean, that had been a pretty long time. Arch coming off the concussion protocol looked really, really good. Over 300 yards passing for 2 straight games. So I mean, it's kind of amazing what happens when your quarterback's not getting murdered every single time he drops back to pass. So I think all in all is a good step forward. Now they have a week to rest, relax, look at the game film, see what worked, and then we'll see if that's because I have a feeling the pass rush may be a little bit tougher in Athens than it was what we saw with the Commodores, but at least it was a good step forward. Once again, if they had gone out there and given up 7 sacks to Vanderbilt, I think that the tone would be a lot different this week.
Speaking of that, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman, you can follow him at _Danny Davis. The Texas defense did get out there and got to the quarterback, 6 sacks, a forced fumble, and was really getting after Diego Pavia. Obviously, in the second half, it was a little bit different because of the personnel that was on the field. But that defensive line showed up and showed out last week against Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I mean, this is a defensive line that I think they're playing the way we expected. And Colin Simmons is playing the way we expected Colin Simmons to play. Ethan Burke is, with the way he closed last season, playing the way we expected him to play. I mean, that sack against Diego late. I mean, I think Diego gets all the applause in the world for bouncing back up and then completing the pass on fourth down, because I would have stayed down. I don't know about y'all, but I would bounce back up. And then some of these guys they brought in to compliment the Anthony Hills and some of those linebackers they brought back. I mean, it's just working well right now. And we'll just see if that can continue going forward during this tough part of their schedule. But I think this is what we expected from this defense going forward. And now they've got to figure out what's going on with the back end, because that did not look as great on Saturday.
Well, I think the importance of Michael Taft being back, we obviously Jelani McDonald being in concussion protocol, but some of the other guys that got in, some of the younger players got some quality reps in some pressure situations. So hopefully on that back end, they'll get the communication figured out. Anthony Hill took responsibility on some of that as far as the communication. He said most of that is on me, but I'm with you. They got to clean that up, and they got to clean that up quickly.
Yeah, and that's what a junior. It's weird. I feel like Anthony's been here forever, but I also know he hasn't been here that long. But that's what you expect for a leader and the leader of that defense to take that responsibility, especially since he is kind of the voice of that defense, especially when Michael Taft's not out there. But at the same time, these are University of Texas football players. These are some mistakes that you shouldn't be making at that level when you're these 4 or 5 star guys. And, at some point, some of these younger kids have got to grow up really fast, because it's next man up. And when a Michael Taft or Jelani McDonald goes down and your number's called, you got to go in there and not be giving up wide open 70-yard touchdown passes in the fourth quarter when you're trying to slam the door. Because, Texas was lucky enough to have a 24-point lead, so this didn't really matter. But if that's a closer game, those mistakes are going to be a lot more brutal.
No doubt, no doubt. Before we let you go, we got to talk about the Texas women's basketball team. Very impressive against Incarnate Word, being able to go out and spread the love. You got a chance to see Aaliyah Crump shoot the basketball, play some good defense. It seems like the game, Coach Vic, you were standing with me when I asked him about the freshman speed of the game. She seemed to fit in game number 1. Now, I know the intensity is going to be a little bit more as the games go on, but her being out there, getting that experience showed on Monday night.
Yeah, we'll get a better gauge of everything on Friday when when a ranked Richmond team comes to town. This Incarnate Word team, they are a D1 school, but that's a Southland school that's kind of like the middle of that pack. So wasn't the best temperature way to measure the temperature in the room, but seeing your freshman play like that in her first game, getting a start and shooting the way she did is never a bad thing. There's a reason why she was a top 5 recruit in this past class, the highest ever recruit Vic has signed here at Texas. And, we've heard nothing but her praises being sung since she got to campus. And this is probably why. And, when you have her, when you have a Jordan Lee, when you have, Madison Booker and some of those post players down below, I don't think we're going to have old Mark Henry over here asking me why Rory's not scoring 20 points a game, because she's just going to be dishing out the rock to those shooters and letting them do the work and, hitting a couple of jumpers down the stretch. And I think this Texas team is going to be pretty good. They're pretty deep.
Danny, you can't be mad at me for wanting my favorite player to score. I want. Listen, I'm going to get me a Rory Harmon jersey, and I want the number. The number is going to not be her number. The number is going to be how many points I want her to score every game.
Rory's number, if it indeed does get retired, which is a possibility if they win a national championship, it's not going up in those rafters. She's not going. I mean, she'll go in the Hall of Honor here at Texas, but she's not going in the Hall of Honor because of the points she scored. She's going in the Hall of Honor because she's about to become the all-time assist leader here at Texas, breaking Cami Etheridge, who's probably one of the greatest players here ever. Her record, and also the way she plays on defense. So, I think you should go put 800 on that jersey, because that's the kind of the assist number she's going for. We'll probably hit soon. But if you want her to score 20 points a game, I'm sure she'd appreciate it. I'm sure she'd love to shoot the rock more.
21.
Yeah, there we go. There he is, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. Enjoy the bye week from football, but I'll see you on Friday at the women's game.
Sounds good.
All right, there he is, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. When we come back, we'll close out hour number 1. We'll talk more about those college football rankings, and get your thoughts on a couple other things right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
In their inaugural season in the SEC, the Texas Longhorns made history.
For the first time in 22 years, the Texas women are headed for the Final Four.
Now, they're back to finish what they started.
To hoop, and she scores! And she scores!
Harmon will hoist it from half court and makes it. Listen to Texas women's basketball all season long on 1300 The Zone. Your home for the Horns.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you'll need.
There's reports of a crash going eastbound on the Highway 71 service road at Lamar Boulevard. Things are also moving pretty slow on Highway 71 westbound from 130 over to I-35 at a 5 to 6 minute delay. And it'll take an extra 20 minutes going northbound on 183 from 130 over to Highway 71. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Texas Department of Transportation. Whether on foot or behind the wheel, we all want to get home safe. Drivers, do your part by watching for pedestrians. Stop and yield for them at crosswalks, and take an extra moment to look for people when you're turning. Be safe. Drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Hosting game day but fumbling the shopping list? Good news, Specs has the perfect play. Ice-cold beer in the backfield, bold bourbon out wide, and savory snacks going deep. No need for a Hail Mary. Specs has you covered with a legendary selection and prices so low, your wallet will do the end zone dance. So before kickoff, be the MVP. At Specs, the fun starts here.
At Leaf Johnson Ford in Austin, Manor, and Buda.
You'll love it at Leaf.
That's right. You'll love it at any Leaf Johnson location. What you see is what you pay with no hidden add-ons. We're here to help you through the entire process in person at one of our 3 locations, or we'll bring it to you and do the entire transaction online.
You'll love it at Leaf.
Visit one of our 3 locations in Austin, Buda, or Manor, or online at leafjohnsonford.com.
You'll love it at Leaf.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state, only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The holidays are here, full of joy, family, friends, and yes, a little hustle and bustle. That's why you need Aleve. Between cooking, shopping, and all those extra errands, aches and pains can sneak in. Aleve is here to help with long-lasting body pain relief. Don't let body pain slow you down. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, you can keep up with the season's magic and all that awaits. Pick up Aleve and get back to what really matters, making memories. Use as directed.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark, and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
About Danny Davis on the Austin American thing, so make sure you follow him at @_Danny Davis. Also, at the top of the hour, we will talk Texas men's basketball. Miller time, Sean Miller's time at the university started last night. I think folks are going to like what they have seen. The SEC boasts 9 teams in the first college football top 25 ranking of the season. And you know, people are always talking about each team and how it all comes out and who's where and what are the numbers. But as we talked about just a little while ago, it kind of lets itself play its way out of it. You look at the first round or the top 4, Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, and Alabama. Remember, they were trying to get him fired at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Buyout. I'll pay it. Let me win the lottery. I'll pay it.
Where is that woman at now?
She is sitting front row. She is front row.
A church mouse.
She is at all the fundraisers.
Talking about how great
He's the best ever. He is. I was just playing. I was going through a hard
Oh, you was
week.
just playing?
It wasn't me. It was not me.
Who was it?
It was you, girl. It was you. And that is why you look at this team and you say, boom, you say Alabama's right there. Then you start to look at how else it plays out. Number 5, Georgia. Texas plays Georgia in 2 weeks. So they'll get a chance to fight against them. Ole Miss is still rolling on with Lane Kiffin. But you know as well as I do, most of the time they find a way to fall off and lose a game that they're not supposed to lose. You look at BYU. Well, BYU at number 7, Texas Tech at number 8. They're playing each other this weekend, so that will cancel each other out. Then you look at number 9, Oregon. Who was their biggest win? Who was their biggest loss? They ended up losing the game to Indiana. So now you're looking at it and saying, okay, well, what's their next big win? They're going to have to go out there and win again. Notre Dame. People are trying to figure out how in the hell are they in this conversation after losing the first 2 games of the season, and they're in at number 2. Virginia at number 11 is projected to be the ACC champion because everybody else in that division sucks. And then you look at what's going on at number 12. Memphis is supposed to be the American Conference champion, so we'll see what happens there. Then you get to these other games, and you're like, okay, regular season's going to play out. I guarantee you what we saw today on the college football rankings will not be the same at the end because so many other teams have to play each other to close out the season.
And 2 of those teams that are ranked up there, you mentioned that Texas will play Georgia, but Texas also will play A&M at the end of the season.
Yep.
So that's 2 teams. And we had this conversation a month ago. And when I said that, you know, Texas, if they handle their business, that they'll have a chance. And because even with a loss, there's 3 or 4 teams that they can beat that's going to elevate them.
Mm-hmm.
And other teams don't have that option. You look at what's going to happen. Indiana's going to have to play Ohio State. One of them, they're going to drop. They're not going to drop far. if they stay at the top 1 and 2 and somebody loses, the worst they could probably do is 7. They're going to be in the playoff if they, don't lose 2 games.
Right.
So like that's you can all sign those 2 up. But if Texas goes in and beats Georgia and A&M, they're going to be in the top 5.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's going to be hard to keep them out of the top 5, top 3.
Well, they would definitely be deep into the college football playoffs, possibly a home game, maybe on the road. But as I said, number 10 was Notre Dame, number 11, Texas, number 12, Oklahoma, 13, Utah, Virginia. We talked about them because they're going to get in just because of the ACC. Louisville is 15, and they are 7-1. Vanderbilt 16 with 7-2 record. Georgia Tech is that interesting case study for me when you look at what they were able to do. They have one loss, and they too will play a big game late in the year because they got to play. Well, they already played Georgia. I think they already played Georgia. Well, that would be the game that I was thinking of. Georgia Tech is at 8-1. Miami's sitting at 18 at 6-2. USC 6-2 in the Big Ten. Iowa 6-2, big game this weekend. Michigan 21, Missouri 22. Missouri and Georgia played this weekend, so that will be a dogfight. Washington Huskies 6-2, Pittsburgh Panthers 7-2, and the Tennessee Volunteers, the only 3-loss team that is in the top 25.
I would like to make a correction. They have yet to play Georgia Tech.
Perfect. Thank you for telling me that. Because that's a big game for me, too, because that can knock out Georgia and Georgia Tech. One of the two will knock themselves out of that.
Wow.
So just like the games that we're talking about for Texas, there's going to be opportunities moving forward for all of these teams. That's why it's good that this is the initial, but it's not the final. It is not the final. This is the final segment of hour number 1. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. Texas basketball, Miller time, started at the University of Texas right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Football season brings out that overly confident fan. You know, the one that kickoff hasn't even started yet, and somebody's already yelling, "We got this." And even if the scoreboard doesn't agree, a Bud Light always does. Because win or lose, the cooler still is undefeated, especially when it's filled with Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Texas football. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You know what your customers are doing right this second? The exact same thing you are, listening to me. Which, let's be honest, is kind of flattering. But my point is, ads on iHeartRadio actually get heard. In the car, at the gym, on the couch, while people are walking their dogs. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. That's right. You're a good boy. So why not make the next ad about you? Get started today. Call 844-844-iHeart or go to iHeartAdvertising.com. That's 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks. Crafted with our signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. The PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
Here for the Lowe's early Black Friday deals? You're right on time for some of our biggest savings. We're talking up to 50% off select major appliances, plus up to an extra 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Holiday lights going up soon? Select ladders are up to 50% off right now. Get Black Friday prices without the Black Friday crowds. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 11/19. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
For more than 75 years, University of Maryland Global Campus has given you the opportunity to build your next success. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs in career-relevant fields like business, healthcare, data analytics, cybersecurity, and more. Plus, we offer 100% online and hybrid courses, personalized advising, and lifetime career services. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Your radio just got a digital upgrade.
With the free iHeartRadio app, you can save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts.
With easy presets.
It's your personal audio passport. Get what millions already have.
The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
You take a bullet, tell me you would die for me.
Halsey is making it clear that she won't be tolerating bad manners at her concerts. During her November 3rd show in Boston, a man in the audience interrupted her while she was speaking by telling her to stop talking and play. She responded by cussing the man out and later addressed the situation again in a post on X. The singer wrote, "I've been polite, but I won't be caught dead letting a man tell me what I should play in my set." Halsey is currently on her Back to Badlands tour with her next stop scheduled for tomorrow night in Minneapolis.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath.
Katy Perry is seemingly teasing a new single. In a post on Instagram, the singer shared a cryptic image that features a close-up of her face with several scratches. The photo also features her name and the words Band-Aids written in small font. Perry didn't share too many details, but did tease a Thursday release date in the caption.
Given the throne, I didn't know.
And Macy's is revealing who will be performing at this year's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The singers behind Netflix's hit animated film K-pop Demon Hunters will entertain the crowds, along with Broadway performers from the Buena Vista Social Club, Just in Time and Ragtime. The 99th edition of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade airs on NBC and Peacock at 8:30 a.m. in all time zones. Hosted by today's Savannah Guthrie, Hoda Kotb, and Al Roker. That's entertainment. I'm Jacqueline Carl.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Down to 10 seconds to go. Pope, top of the arc, 8 seconds into Vocatitis. He'll lay it in one final time. So Vocatitis with 15 points, and that's going to do it. Duke will win it by 15. Final score tonight, the Duke Blue Devils 75, the Texas Longhorns 60, in a game that was far more competitive than that for a lot of the ball game before Duke got some separation during the final 8 minutes.
Welcome back to the Morning Kickoff, hour number 2 of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. In hour number 1, we got a chance to talk about Texas being ranked number 11 in the initial college football playoff rankings. We also talked about the Dallas Cowboys trade and, of course, getting rid of Mozzie Smith and some picks. Danny Davis broke down the games on both the football field and the basketball court for the women. And as you just heard right there, the Sean Miller era started off in a big-time fashion in the Dickie V Invitational, losing to Duke 75-60. And you heard Craig Way talk about that ball game. Texas went into halftime leading 33-32 after they battled back in the second half of the first half and got it to close out with a 1-point lead in the second at halftime. But then it finishes off 43-27 in the second half, and it was a 75-60 final. The starting lineup, Dalen Swain was starting, and he had 16 points. He looked good. He was aggressive, took most of the shots, took 18 shots on the game. Matthias Valatutis, or whatever Craig said, he had 15 points. He was 9 of 10 from the free throw line. He was getting beat up. I mean, the physicality in that game was ridiculous on the officiating. I don't know why or how it has to be like that every single time. People were getting grabbed every time. Well, Texas was even fighting through the screens as well. They could have been called on some fouls on the perimeter, but it was a very, very physical basketball game. Nick Cody got the start. Kendall Weaver got the start, and Tremont Mark. Jordan Pope came off the bench, played 31 minutes. He finished with 15 points as well. But all in all, as a Texas basketball fan, you should be impressed with what you saw from the beginning. That first half, that defense was suffocating on Cameron Boozer.
Yeah, yeah, it was. I mean, I thought they played great. And you talked about Vocatatis. Like that dude is a dog. He's tough.
Yep.
He played with passion, and that's something that we talked about in years past. Texas had guards, but we haven't had the big guys. And I even thought that
athletic big guy.
Yeah, I thought that Lucina Torre, who I call him Draymond Green because he out there slapping people and stepping on feet. Hey, you need one of them. Yeah, I was happy. I was happy with what I saw, and they never quit. Even at the end, listen, guys, Duke is going to be one of the top 4 teams. They gave them the business last night, and Texas got some bad calls, and it was like being on the road.
Well,
like
they were.
Well, they were on the road.
They were playing in Charlotte, North Carolina against Duke. That was a true road game.
Yeah, it was a true road game.
Yeah,
and so you had to give Texas a little bit of grace, but I saw the improvement. I saw the added toughness. They're taking Miller's personality. Guys are scared, though. The only negative is they don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to be the guy that miss a shot.
No.
You cannot play basketball like that. Out of every sport that you can play, basketball is the only sport that if you don't take the shot, you're failing.
Well, I think, too, what some of the things that I saw last night was them still trying to understand the offense, because there was a bunch of times during the rotation, getting ready to swing the ball, how you got to be able to cut. I saw Swain, because he's been in this offense for quite some time, telling people when to cut, when to go. He stood at one point telling the guy, cut through, so I can come around. So they're still learning and trying to get their rhythm together. They got a game this weekend against Lafayette. That game tips off at 2 o'clock. You can hear it right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone, the home of Texas athletics. But watching that game yesterday gave you hope, because you see people rebounding. You see people boxing out. You see the tenacity that they're playing with on defense. They were very disruptive yesterday.
They were, and you know, I'm a Cody fan, and I see potential in him, but I want him to see it. Like me, see, it's like my daughter. I can want it for you, but if you don't want it more than I want it for you, then there's a problem.
Right.
Because he did a drop step baseline shot that was beautiful. He never went to it again in the game. One time. Like, post me up, man. I got this dude. Like, that's the mentality that I didn't see from guys. They shied away from, I don't want the heat. I don't want it to be about me. If you make the shots, nobody's gonna say anything.
Well, it's game one. Everybody's trying to learn each other. Everybody's trying to understand each other's role, and the aggressiveness in which they're going to play, I think, will be different. Same thing we talked about during football. Everybody's trying to figure each other out.
Yeah, it's the first game.
It's the game number one. But this team it was fun to watch the physicality in which they were playing with. It was fun to watch sets being called out when they're bringing up the ball on offense. The communication of switching is important. Stepping through, fighting through those screens instead of automatically switching. I hate switching all the time. Because it's lazy. Because if you're not talking, you're going to get beat on the backside every single time. And you saw Duke try to do that a little bit in the second half. It was good to see. And as I said, the beginning of this basketball season is something that we're all excited about, because it's new. It's a new staff, new play calling, new head guy on the sideline, but it's a new energy in the buildings.
It's not complaining to me. And this is preemptive striking, I call it. You should tell the referees, guys, we're going to fight through screens. You cannot allow these dudes to hip check us and push us off cutting through. They're going to trip us. Like, it's designed that way. So I hope that Coach Miller gives the referees the business early, not in an aggressive way, but just to educate, because I love the offense that they ran. I love the fighting through all of those top screens.
Yeah.
But you have to let the referees have to call that. Vocatatis, he got drugged to the ground. Anytime that he pick and rolled or came up and checked his man off the pick and roll, he got pushed in the chest with the forearm so the guy could get space. That's a foul.
Yeah.
And I thought that those are things that have to be talked about.
Well,
I'm going to complain about the refs.
I mean, I think Sean Miller, with his resume and what he's been able to do over his 20 years as a head coach and what he brings to the table, dude is going to get this team right. I don't have no doubt. And he's going to be able to. He's been around, so he'll be able to talk to those referees just fine. I have no doubt about that.
And they'll listen.
Because his record speaks for itself. But as I watched that game, there was just so much, and I've got a bunch of basketball buddies on the thread, and they were all excited about what they saw in game one, about how the team competed against Duke.
Yeah, they fought hard.
Yeah,
and I like that toughness. We talked about that before the season started. Like, we were looking forward to seeing Coach Miller's influence on this team. What did you think about Dickie V getting emotional?
Oh, he should have.
Having a tournament named after him that'll outlive him, he said, in his words. I just feel really good for him. And the message about what the tournament was about, like the V Foundation and the cancer awareness. He said, go get checked, man.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being tough guys. You said this last month.
I mean,
stop being a tough guy.
This is Movember right now. This is men's health, men's mental health, prostate cancer awareness. Everything is going on for this month when it comes to health. And Dickie V, that's why these tournaments are going on during this time, or these games. Let me just say that. That's why these happen during these months at the beginning of the season, because it's all about men's health, prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and mental health month. That's why Movember will not be shaving the entire month. Sorry, it's just the way it goes. I won't be clean shaved. I will be cutting my hair though, but I will not be shaving for Movember. So it's all about men's health, and Dick Vitale has shown it 4 times he's been through that battle, and he's still there. And the emotion was warranted, because basketball hasn't been the same without him, and it won't be the same without him. That's why he's so special, and that's why he's a PTPer, baby. Coming up next, we got big games of the weekend. Texas A&M, BYU and Texas Tech, and LSU Bama. I know LSU don't have their coach, but we still gonna talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Listen to Coach Sark's weekly press conference live every Monday at 11 a.m.
We got to go enjoy this journey. We need to be present and then ultimately finish the mission.
Hear Coach Sark recap the prior week's games and get you ready for the Horns' next opponent.
Culture beats talent. Culture is really strong. Culture and talent together is a pretty powerful force, and that's something that we've tried to create.
Every question, every answer, every Monday, right here on your home for the Longhorns. 1300 The Zone.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. That's check. Enter it now.
AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT.
Hook 'em. There's a crash heading eastbound on the service road of Highway 71 at Lamar Boulevard, as well as a new accident at the corner of McNeil Drive and Howard Lane. If you're just about to hop onto I-35 northbound this morning, rush hour speeds are in store from Highway 45 to William Cannon Drive, causing a 25-minute slowdown. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Hardball Hardge here, and they say everything's bigger in Texas. And at the Yellow Rose, that includes your Friday steak. From noon to 9, grab a 16-ounce bone-in ribeye that is literally as big as your face. Certified Angus beef, cooked just right for only $20. Then come back for all your football action all weekend long. 2 giant high-def screens with sound plus 12 more TVs for every angle and replay you might have missed. Hungry? $10 Rose burgers, wings, tenders, and El Pastor pizza got you covered. Yellow Rose, where the views are amazing and so's the steak.
Game day isn't just about the score, it's about the food. And nothing says game day like Tumble 22 Catering. Picture this: crispy, juicy tenders, spicy hot chicken sandwiches, and scratch-made sides big enough to feed your whole crew. Tailgating, couch gating, just hanging with friends? Call it in, pick it up, and bring the flavor that keeps the party going. We've got family packs starting at just $25.99 and a table waiting if you want to dine in. Tumble 22, where flavor wins every time. Good food, good people, game day glory.
Oh no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Are you tired of racing to the finish line only to realize the checkered flag is moving every time you get closer? Finding the right job feels exactly like that. But with Express Employment Professionals, you fly through the track into your next job and never pay a fee. With more than 870 locations across the country, there's always an Express Employment office in your area. Get started today, expresspros.com, or locate one of our offices to apply in person. That's expresspros.com.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text EDGE to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text EDGE to 321-321. That's EDGE to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Find your iHeartRadio everywhere. There are hundreds of ways to experience iHeartRadio at home and on the go, beyond the iPhone and Android app, and at iHeartRadio.com. Here's another way to connect to iHeartRadio: Android Auto. Our Android app comes alive in your car's dashboard with a seamless way to play your favorite music, radio stations, and podcasts. Developed with driver safety in mind, the Android Auto app interface was built for simple navigation and to limit driver distraction, while making sure that you can still access all your favorite content from iHeartRadio. No need to download another app. Just plug or pair your Android phone with your dash. And if Android Auto is available in your vehicle, iHeartRadio will sync automatically. iHeartRadio, everywhere you want to listen, including in your car, through Android Automotive. Check it out for free now. iHeartRadio, anywhere you want to listen, iHeartRadio is there.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Texas Longhorns.
College football rolls on. Even though Texas does not play this week, there's still games of interest, as we talked about. You look at the SEC and all the teams that are ranked in the top 25 of the college football playoffs. And the team that is at the very top of it is the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies, as they are the number 3 team in the new college football playoff rankings. They will take on Missouri, the number 22 team that is in those rankings. And that game kicks off at 2:30. It is a big-time matchup because Missouri's down to, I think, their 3rd string quarterback after everything's been done because of the injuries that they've had, and now they're trying to find their way in this matchup. Then you also have to look at the other games that are going on, number 8 versus number 9, or 7 versus 8, Texas Tech versus BYU in Lubbock. Big college game day is on its way to Lubbock for the first time in a long time. And these are 2 teams in the Big 12 that have huge, huge implications as they move forward.
Well, I mean, all of the money that was spent is paying off for Texas Tech. And everybody's like, down on them and saying negative things about the halves. Like, guys, let's not be hyperbolic about people that have. Like, I love the fact that they care enough that they're spending the money to make their programs better. And spending the money to make the programs better is doing better for the university, because they'll be able to build that new library. They'll be able to upgrade the facilities for the students. They'll be able to increase the catering. They'll be able to give more scholarship. Like, if sports and football and basketball are better, then it makes it better for everybody.
They building a new gym. They ain't building no new library.
Hey, well, they're going to get around to it.
That's like the building fund at church.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the money for the building fund? But I see you got a new Lexus.
We had to use it.
Yeah, I see you got a new F-250. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So you start
talking about Pastor Dan like that.
You start to understand what it looks like. So BYU is number 7. Texas Tech is number 8. Texas A&M is number 3. And Missouri is number 22. And then you have the other game of the night that I continue to talk about. And this is that LSU versus Alabama. Alabama is the number 4 ranked team. We talked about Kalen DeBoer. We talked about the fact that people were trying to get that man fired. Well, now he's sitting at number 4 in the college football playoffs. One spot above Georgia at number 5, 2 spots above Ole Miss, and the SEC has 9 teams that are ranked. But this LSU team, is this a dangerous team? Is this a team that has marked this on their calendar? Because they look like they quit on their coach not too long ago. It looked like they quit on him, which is why he got fired. But now you're in a spot where you got an opportunity to shock the world. Can they shock the world?
And to make a statement about next year and going forward. Like, I want to play. I want to be on this team next year. Like, people are going to step it up.
Yeah.
And do you really think that that this might be a trap game for Alabama?
It's an SEC matchup. It's an SEC
so
matchup.
Anything can happen.
Exactly.
But golly, man, I don't know. The way that they played the last 3 weeks.
I agree. I think they've been outstanding, but you can look at that team and see that it's wounded. You can look across. You don't look at social media. They look at social media.
Yeah, the scariest thing is a team that's in the corner.
And they can upset the apple cart because they can say, you're not going because we're not going. So I want to come out here and play hard against you. They ain't catch both of us.
Y'all come out.
They ain't catch
they
both
caught
of
us.
Then, a game that we were looking at the beginning of the year that we thought was going to be a huge game was Indiana versus Penn State. And here we are now, Penn State without their head coach. Indiana continues to punch people in the face and keep it moving. Their coach takes no prisoners, and he could care less about your feelings. And here's the sad thing.
If he can score 50,
he's going to
score 50.
Exactly. And you look at what Indiana is, they're 9-0, 6-0 in the Big Ten. This ticket, I'm sure at the beginning of the year was one of the hottest tickets to have. You can get into the game at Penn State for $25. For $25 for a game where the number 2 team in the nation is coming in to play. You also got Georgia at Mississippi State. Georgia, number 5. Mississippi State trying to find a way, trying to get it done. Can they hang with Georgia? And is Georgia looking ahead to playing Texas next week? So they have to be on their P's and Q's. You also have Ohio State playing Purdue. You have Oregon, big game. Number 9, Oregon, 2:30 kickoff, taking on Iowa at Iowa. Iowa's number 20 ranked team in the land.
Iowa's good at home too.
Yes.
And they're gonna, this is no secret. Iowa's gonna run the ball and they're gonna throw to the tight end and they're gonna play really good defense.
Right.
And you just have to be ready. That's it.
Since it's a bye week, do you want to fly down to Miami? Because we can get into the game for $8.
No thanks.
We can get into
$8?
$8, and they're playing Syracuse. Syracuse is at Miami. $8 to get in to the ball game.
I think that tomorrow I'm going to pick Syracuse to beat Miami.
Oh, is that your teaser?
That's my teaser for tomorrow.
All right.
Are you sure that's gonna
It's
gonna
not.
happen? Or are you sure is anybody gonna see it?
Well, nobody's going to see it. So it's a safe pick because if I make that pick, no, I don't have to worry about nobody put it in my face when.
No, because they're going, huh? What? Then you also look at this matchup. You have Auburn missing their coach versus Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt coming off that loss. Are they going to be able to rebound? Are they going to overlook Auburn, or are they going to be ready to play? So there's a big-time game there. Virginia, the number 14th ranked Virginia Cavaliers will host Wake Forest. Wake Forest can get it done.
They can score, but they can't play defense. Like I'm not saying that Wake Forest is going to beat
Virginia. Virginia's a 6.5-point favorite in that game.
That's easy.
You got Louisville, who is ranked number 15. They're hosting Cal. Cal is not going to beat Louisville. They're not going to beat Louisville.
They're not going to beat Louisville.
Yeah, they're not going to beat Louisville. Then the nightcap, Louisville, the nightcap of the top 25 teams, Navy versus Notre Dame. Navy's 7-1 though. So Notre Dame better come out and play and keep their head on a swivel, because that could be a tough matchup. I don't care what nobody
Get your ankles taped.
Yeah, because they're going to chop block you.
They're going to chop block.
No doubt. We also have football tonight. Kent State at Ball State, the MAC action. And then you also have Northern Illinois taking on Toledo. Those games really don't matter because they're not going to be part of our bets. Last night, you had MAC action as well. Akron beat Massachusetts. UMass is 0-9. 0-9 on the season. They just out there. And then Ohio beat.
They don't even play with helmets.
they just out there. Yeah, Frisbee golf. Miami of Ohio lost to Ohio 24-20 in MAC action last night. Friday night, you have University of Houston, they weren't even in the rankings. I just noticed that. University of Houston will take on UCF. Friday night, you got Northwestern traveling to USC. This is big for USC because USC is sitting there at number 19. They have to continue to win. And then Friday night, the nightcap is Tulane versus Memphis at 8 o'clock. So a lot of games this weekend that have a lot of implications. But like I said before, the game that I'm disappointed that doesn't have more weight to it is Indiana versus Penn State, because Penn State comes into the season as the number 2 ranked team. And now you look at it and you have Indiana, now the number 2 ranked team, going up against Penn State. Coming up next, we got the world's strongest man bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
An update for an accident that was reported on the service road of I-35 northbound at Parmer, now actually closer to Yeager Lane, causing some slowdowns. There's a stalled vehicle in the right lane northbound on I-35 at FM 150, and the drive over on Highway 290 eastbound is slow from Circle Drive over to Highway 71, about a 10-minute slowdown. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging and replacement, batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Your Valpak blue envelope of savings is arriving in the mailbox. Inside, you'll find coupons to dine, shop, and save local. This month, keep an eye out for special offers from A1 Garage Door, the name you can trust for repairs, service, and garage door replacements. And remember, savings don't stop at the mailbox. Visit Valpak.com anytime for instant access to local coupons and deals you'll love. Valpak and A1 Garage Door, opening doors to savings at home.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Downy rinse tonight, and I need it more. I can't rest the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. The sweat and dead short smells like a dog park. Downy rinse it tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com
I'm ready.
and get ready for the workday.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather. Sunny skies for your Wednesday, a high of 85, mostly clear tonight, a low of 58. Thursday, partly cloudy, a high in the mid-80s, a low of 62.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive Insurance, you can keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today. That's careers.progressive.com.
Sports on iHeartRadio.
Throws low and it's incomplete. The Jets are going to win it. It'll be victory formation.
The new NBA season, the NHL, huge college football rivalries, the start of college basketball, and of course, the NFL. Don't miss a second of the greatest reality show on the planet. Sports, play-by-play podcasts, and local stations where you can join the conversation with real people.
At what point do you fire the guy?
Open the free iHeart app and search your favorite league to start listening.
Here's this week's iHeartRadio countdown of the top TV streams.
Here's what you've made popular by getting your stream on. Starting us off this week is the latest season of Only Murders in the Building on Hulu. That's followed by the sports comedy Chad Powers on Hulu. The new season of the romantic comedy Nobody Wants This on Netflix arrives at 8 this week. Slow Horses on Apple TV slides back to 7, with another Apple TV drama, The Last Frontier, falling back to 6. Debuting at 5 this week is the Apple TV crime drama Down Cemetery Road, starring Emma Thompson and Ruth Wilson. Falling out of the top 3 to 4 is Tim Robinson's The Chair Company on HBO Max. The new season of The Diplomat on Netflix starring Kerry Russell slides back 1 to 3. After 2 weeks on top, Task on HBO Max is in at 2. And debuting at number 1 is the new horror series It, Welcome to Derry on HBO Max, your number 1 streamed show.
And those are your top TV streams of the week on iHeartRadio.
back to Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
You heard the beat drop, so you know that can only mean one thing. WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, D. Mark Henry, brings you his World's Strongest Take. Take it away, big fella.
Hard.
What's up, man?
You know what time it is? It's time for the World's Strongest Take by the World's Strongest Man. Because back then they didn't know. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Well, guys, here we go. I try to stay away from talking about the Cowboys, but I can't help it because yesterday I got news from the news reports about the trade deadline, and Jerry Jones, for the first time in maybe 2 years, he's done something that made me happy. Yes, I was happy. And I want him to keep that energy going. That's the way you do it.
Now that's how you supposed to drive. From now on, that's how you drive.
That's how you drive?
That's how he's got to drive. He did not give away the draft pick that I think they're going to need the most. They gave away a first-round draft pick, but it's not till next year. They get a second-round pick this year, which I would have liked to keep that because we need so much help on the defensive line and defensive secondary that you would have needed a second-round pick at corner or safety. But at this point, I was very happy to see what they did because of money. Now they have some more they have some more cleaning to do. But they're going to free up another $17 million in the cap for next season. But that being said, let me give you what the depth chart looks like now. All the Cowboy fans out there, guys, now Donovan Ezeraku at end, and the switch will be at right end, Dante Fowler and Jadeveon Clowney, which is decent. They're good tacklers. But Kenny Clark, Quinn Williams, and O.C. Igazua are guys that that's a very good rotation at defensive tackle. They all do different things. And with that being said, it makes the move for Logan Wilson look great because now you have another outstanding linebacker and DeMarvion Overshawn coming back that's going to really help out. The guys, Shamar James and Sanborn, and Marshawn Nealon, they're just not good, guys. There's no other way to put it. The Cowboys were money strapped, cash strapped, so they had to get what they can get. And Deron Bland, I don't know if he's saving himself or he's just pissed
Saving
off
himself
that,
for who?
that he's in a bad situation and he's always, kind of got to be the savior. Well, he don't have to be the savior now. There's going to be pressure, and he's going to have to go and eat now. And the Cowboys have been salivating over the fact that Savon Revel Jr. is healthy now, and he and Overshawn will come back and be real intricate pieces in the second side of this season. The Cowboys are hurt so bad in the secondary. Donovan Wilson, Marquise Bell, and Elijah Clark. Like, now they got two guys on IR, and Malik Hooker and Trayvon Diggs and Josh Butler. Like, you got three of your starters and you got guys that came up from the practice squad, it is what it is. But at least the defensive line got better, and it's going to make those guys' jobs in the secondary easier. I was happy with what the Cowboys did. What say you?
I'm still confused about why they did it, though. I mean, at this point, what are you doing? Do you believe that you have enough now that all of a sudden you're about to go on this epic run to become the team of destiny? I just don't see it. I don't see the Cowboys putting themselves in a position. I mean, you know as well as I do, if the Cowboys can do anything positive, I'm for it. I don't know how positive this is because you pretty much are you trying to make a serious surge to start for the rest of the season, or do you honestly believe that this season is over and you're trying to build for next year?
I think that they're trying to build for next year. But being a fanatic, being a fan, I live in it right now. And I can see the Cowboys. I'm going to the whiteboard right now. They need to run 3 defensive tackles, 2 ends, 2 linebackers, 4 guys in the secondary. Just create pressure. You don't know who's coming, who's going to drop. Like, you have to do some Buddy Ryan type defense. Not a 46 Bear defense, but maybe a 5-2 defense. If you can go 5 men on the line of scrimmage with having a double team, one of those, you got to double team Clark or you got to double team Williams. There's a mismatch. Now you got to force your running back to stay in and block and chip.
How many teams run 5-man fronts?
Not many. The Eagles do it every now and then.
Yeah, because
but they don't do it exclusively. They don't do it because teams spread out, and you always need another corner. You always need a nickel in there. But even if the Cowboys did go with a nickel situation, they still can have Agent Zero play the linebacker because of his speed, play in the middle, and he can be the one that takes on the tight ends and backs out of the backfield, and you have an extra corner for 3 wide receiver sets. And you just do umbrella. You just have people hang in the zone. But if you have an elite pass rush, you don't have to blitz. And I think that now with Williams, that's going to give the Cowboys that one guy that you have to double team. And now Kenny Clark and OC and Jadeveon Clowney should try to go eat. They should really be happy that they got a guy that's going to get double teamed.
Well, the only way that's going to happen for any of them, because Jadeveon's on a one-year deal. A lot of these guys are playing for a contract year, but they're in the wrong system this year.
They are. They're in the wrong.
They're
system.
getting exposed. They haven't stopped anybody. So we thought Kenny Clark was here to stop the run. He has not. But they brought in reinforcement. Okay. Quentin Williams only has 1 sack all year. It's a different
double teamed every play.
Yeah, him and our guy, the OC. But now we'll see what ends up happening now and see who gets to the quarterback. We're going to close out the show and send you to Dan Patrick. MLB awards are about to be given out. We're going to go through the list of finalists and cast our vote right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The voice of the Horns, Craig Way on 1300 The Zone, weekdays at 2.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
An update for an accident that was reported on the service road of I-35 northbound at Palmer, now actually closer to Yeager Lane, causing some slowdowns. There's a stalled vehicle in the right lane northbound on I-35 at FM 150, and the drive over on Highway 290 eastbound is slow from Circle Drive over to Highway 71, about a 10-minute slowdown. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Starbucks.
The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks.
Handcrafted with their signature espresso.
A real pumpkin sauce.
Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon,
And nutmeg.
PSL. Get it while it's hot.
Or iced. Only at Starbucks.
Keeping score of your finances but missed the Bitcoin wagon? There's a second chance called Texacoin. Score big at texacoin.org.
The Texas Longhorns capped off a 5-game stretch of conference play with a 34-31 victory over the Vanderbilt Commodores. Head coach Steve Sarkisian was asked if the win over the 9th-ranked Commodores was a statement win, but he shrugged it off, noting that every game remaining is a must-win for the Horns.
They're all statement wins right now. We put ourselves in this position. When you lose your conference opener, it's one game at a time at that point. Last year in this conference, we went 7-1, and that was the best record in the regular season. And like I told the team, I don't know if 6-2 is going to be good enough this year. I addressed what the month of November was going to be with the team, but then we got right into why this game is so important. That's going to be the next game too. And we've got to pour all of our energy and focus and intent into the next game.
Get in early on the next big coin and extend your lead at texacoin.com. This is an investment that carries risk. texacoin.org.
Hardge, starting my day off the right way is a big deal, and that includes taking care of my heart health. That's why I use Super Beat Heart Chews by Human. Human was actually founded right here at the University of Texas. You probably seen their logo on the field. I know, yeah, Human with 2 N's. These chews are clinically shown to promote healthy blood pressure, nearly 2 times more effective than diet and exercise alone. Thanks to their unique grapeseed extract, they taste great, they're easy to take, they become part of my daily routine. Super Beat Heart Chews is also the #1 cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. There's a special offer happening right now, and it even comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to human.com/mark and check it out. That's human.com/mark. Spell human with 2 N's and enter the promo code MARK and check out and get an extra 20% off your first order. Take a simple step to support your heart health with Super Beats Heart Chews.
As football season continues on and basketball season is taking off, there's no better place to get in on the action than BetOnline, your #1 source for all things sports. BetOnline gives you more ways to play with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game action so you never miss a moment. From pro and college football, basketball, cage fighting, and hockey futures, BetOnline has you covered. And don't forget the VIP program with exclusive level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Would you drive 10 minutes for $500? That's the distance from CarMax to Henna Chevrolet. And Henna guarantees you $500 more than any CarMax offer for your vehicle. Just show Henna your written CarMax appraisal offer within 7 days, and you'll get $500 more guaranteed. Is your time worth $50 a minute? It is at Henna. Come get your money at Henna.com.
Henna Chevrolet, we'll always stand by you.
Together, let's drive.
Hosting game day but fumbling the shopping list? Good news, Specs has the perfect play. Ice cold beer in the backfield, bold bourbon out wide, and savory snacks going deep. No need for a Hail Mary. Specs has you covered with a legendary selection and prices so low, your wallet will do the end zone dance. So before kickoff, be the MVP. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Your one-stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Longhorns basketball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Another great show. That's right. We have another great one. Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Mark Whitney, Hardball, Hardge. I want to thank Danny Davis for hopping on with us and breaking it all down. Texas men's basketball came up a little bit short last night, but I definitely like what I see. Texas football ranked in the initial college football countdown top 25. They come in at number 11. Got everything ahead of them. You heard Coach Sark talk about that multiple times. Everything is still in front of them. Big matchup this weekend for Georgia and Mississippi State. The Longhorns get to sit at home and watch and relax for a little bit, but they can do some scouting. You can do it yourself when you get a chance to watch those games. I want to talk Major League Baseball real quick. The season's over. The yay to the Dodgers. Congratulations with the big victory. But now it is time to give out the awards. The award seasons are going to be done by the 13th, and that's when the MVP will be given out. The American League, the finalists are Jose Ramirez of the Guardians, Aaron Judge of the Yankees, and Cal Raleigh for the Mariners. That award will be given out at 6 o'clock on November the 13th. For the National League, you've got Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Schwarber, and Juan Soto. Juan Soto gets in there. That award will be given out at the same time. Cy Young, Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown representing the H, representing the Astros, Garrett Crochet, representing the Red Sox, and Tariq Skubal. It will be representing the Tigers. In the National League, you got Paul Skeens, Yamamoto, and Chris Sanchez of the Phillies. Those are the finalists for the National League Cy Young. Rookie of the Year in the American League, Nick Kurtz, the first baseman for the Athletics. The shortstop for the Athletics, Jacob Wilson, and Roman Anthony of the Boston Red Sox. National League, you got Drake Baldwin, catcher for the Braves, Caleb Durbin for the Brewers, and Cade Horton, former Oklahoma Sooner, Cade Horton as the Rookie of the Year for the Cubbies. John Snyder, Stephen Voigt, and Dan Wilson, Blue Jays, Guardians, and Mariners are finalists for AL Manager of the Year. Finalists for NL, Pat Murphy of the Brewers, Rob Thompson of the Phillies, and Terry Francona of the Reds. Terry Francona always finds a way to be into that conversation because he's so doggone good. Mookie Betts has been named the Roberto Clemente Award winner. Congratulations to Mookie. And, of course, they've given out the gold gloves all over the place. And I've been very, very impressed with what I've seen from this year. 3 Cubs get it in the National Leagues. Nick Horner, Ian Happ, and Pete Crow Armstrong are the Gold Glove winners for the Cubs. For the American League, there wasn't a lot of names that I was shocked with. I love the fact that Bobby Witt Jr. gets a Gold Glove for the shortstop for the Kansas City Royals. 2 Boston Red Sox get it, but another Houston Astros, Mauricio Dubon, is now the utility Gold Glove winner in the big leagues. So good stuff there. And
we have any Longhorns that are notable that?
No, man, let's not go there.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Okay.
Shh, not right now. I mean, wait till there'll be some that get an opportunity to do that, but not right now. Let's not do that.
Wait on a Rookie of the Year in a few
Why are we
years.
whispering?
Yeah. Because Longhorn Station, we didn't want to put that out there.
This is not good.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't like
not.
whispering.
So it didn't turn out that way. But we talked about it. We've gone through this multiple times. Who is your thought for American League MVP?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to go with Judge because his numbers are just through the roof. I know that everybody wants Cal Raleigh, but I'm going with Judge. National League, I'm going to go with Shohei. I mean, it just
man,
it's not changing.
I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm still gonna go with Riley.
Okay.
And of course Shohei.
Okay. And I'm going with Cy Young. I'm going to take Tariq Skubal, the pitcher for the Tigers. Paul Skeens, I want him to win it for the Pirates because he was the only reason why the Pirates were ever in any game. Marcus, who you got?
I got Cal Raleigh, Ohtani.
Yep.
And I'm pretty much in agreement with you with with Skeens and Scooble.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just I don't really see any competition. I got Riley, even though that's the only competition. It's Judge or Riley. I got Riley because I always see them wanting to give it to somebody different.
Okay, that's a good reason for it.
It's not that I wanted to go to somebody different.
Right.
I wanted to go to a guy that stepped up and did something that's never been done. He did things that have never been done.
Right.
I was more or less referring to the voters. The voters usually try to think outside the box when they go to the when they vote on MVPs.
Yeah.
They did a horrible job of voting. Like those the voters, they're rotten. If you're gonna go with that philosophy,
man.
like I'm being a fan and I'm being critical of my guy. Like Judge did not step up in the playoffs. Like everybody else, they stepped up in the playoffs. Riley was hitting dingers,
but it doesn't count.
Regular season award.
Get to the playoffs and
he won the MVP in 2022. He won it in 24, and he had a better season than both of those years where he had 53 home runs for the fourth time in his career, led the league in runs scored with 137. He had 124 walks and was the major league leader in all three slash categories. So he was pretty special. Cal Riley, unbelievable year, becoming the 7th player to reach the 60 home run plateau in a single year. Also adding 125 RBIs. He did well. The one thing that I give him is he caught over 1,000 innings behind the plate. That's the part that's the most impressive. And he shattered the home runs for the catcher and switch hitter when he was that big of a deal for them. So I get it.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm a fan of it. I told you originally I was all on it. I was pushing for the big dumper to get it. But the reality of it, when you go back and you take a look back and see what Aaron Judge was able to do, was unreal because he keeps getting better.
Yeah.
He keeps getting better. He hit that many home runs and still batted .331. He won the batting title.
I'm a fan.
Don't sound
I just want him to do it in the playoffs, man.
Go back and look at his playoff numbers. You might be surprised. I want to thank Mark Henry. I want to thank Marcus, but most importantly, I want to thank you, the people, for always tuning in and spreading the good word of the morning kickoff. Tell your friends to tell 5 friends, and even tell your enemies. Come and tune in and kick it with us because we always have a good time. And just remember this, folks, we'll be better tomorrow. Don't believe everything you see because even salt looks like sugar. By the way, Danny, this hat came from my in-laws. Thank you, Nani and Poppy. Peace. Hardball Hardge here. Austin, you like bone-in? Get the Friday lunch special at the Yellow Rose. A voluptuous 16-ounce certified Angus bone-in ribeye at the Yellow Rose for just $20. A steak so good, you'll forget to look up. Fridays at the Yellow Rose ain't just lunch. It's a feast for VIPs. Comes with a side and the best view in Austin. Get a $20 steak ribeye Fridays from noon to 9 at the Yellow Rose Cabaret. And get your weekend football action with watch parties there, too.
For over 80 years, Austin Telco Federal Credit Union has been putting our community